This is Karen Ranzi, and I am here in Queens, New York, in Astoria, at the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Institute, a big church here, where Father Ed Brady and plant-powered Metro New York hosted me for a talk I did this evening on autism spectrum and through the lens of nutrition. And I am here with Melissa, who came to my talk this evening, and I was so happy to meet her and to hear her story about growing up with autism and how she found a whole foods, plant-based diet and raw food. Can you tell us about your story, Melissa?
Okay, so, well, I was, as a kid, I was on the autism spectrum, and I had a lot of sensory challenges and emotional upheaval, and I was on multivitamins and drugs, and I went up and down and up and down and up and down, and it was hard, and school was hard, and by the time, I was in middle school, I didn't let myself be touched. So I, blah, 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 I went and eventually got okay with high fives and occasional hugs. But I went and I got sick and for other complications, and long story, I had lost another friend, and I felt like I was going to go the same way. I was dealing with other things, and it kind of came crashing a little bit for me, and I wanted a rope out. Raw food was just that rope. It just appeared. It was like this light, and it was like, okay, so I'll try this. And I tried plant-based, and then I tried raw, and I actually committed for 3 weeks, and I felt I had no energy and whatnot, and by the end of 3 weeks, I felt pretty good. So that really convinced me, and ever since then, I've been more and more and more and more and more just eating fresh fruits and vegetables.
Nice. And you said you went to the Woodstock Fruit Festival, and you've been working on an organic farm in Vermont, and so you've been bringing all this raw food into your life. When you said that you felt so great, what were those benefits?
Well, I've always been into exercise. It's been my outlet. I know that's different for different people, but that's been my outlet, and for me, what I noticed was I felt like exercising again, so I went and I did little things and went outside and breathed the fresh air, and I had been not really able to stand up very much, so I spent a lot of time lying down, but when I was up and about, I felt better. Mm-hmm. I felt healing energy.
Nice. And so when you went to plant-based, did you notice, like for yourself, a difference in your language or communication, anything there that you could tap into?
I think the inner feeling was better from the raw food. The inner feeling is better, and the outward benefits just keep growing. I always thought I was pretty antisocial, but now I really feel social in a lot of ways, and I act on it, and I do that. And I know a lot of people, and I wouldn't tell them anything about autism spectrum, and I don't feel bad about that anymore. And I live a different life now.
Mm. What was it like for you growing up with autism? What was your life like?
Well, sometimes I'd have tantrums before school. I was pretty quiet at school, and my parents got me my own room in middle school. They got me my own specialist. They were very into that, and they got that from the school, and the school actually did it. So I had someone next to me, and that was also hard. It probably helped me a lot, but it was very hard to witness being like different and having special help, and it kind of cut off my potential connection with other kids. So I had a whole complex of those things, and by middle school I was really kind of at the end of my rope. And then I went to a loving school.
And then you went to a loving school.
I went to a loving school, and I made a lot of change there.
Nice.
Not on raw food, but we talked.
Mm-hmm. So that was before you even changed your diet and your lifestyle.
Yeah,
You
but then I
started-
got sick, so I don't know.
And did getting sick motivate you to change what you were eating?
It made me realize it's physical, and I mean, realizing it's physical is really a whole new level in a lot of ways for that.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. And so what started you in the understanding of all the wonderful benefits of a whole foods, plant-based and raw food lifestyle?
Do you mean like during eating raw food?
Yeah, like where did you hear about it? Where did you start learning about it?
I was just like on the couch looking. I had a couple of experiences. I was like being sick, and I was just lying around a lot, and after some things it occurred to me I should just start taking action. So the action I took was I just looked at YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found people who were like, raw food saved me, raw food, blah blah. And those were the most addicting ones. So those were the most positive ones. So those were the ones I ended up watching most of.
Mm-hmm. And so they encouraged you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And it was challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my heart goes out to all the people there who are doing it themselves in that situation. I don't know how many of them there are. People doing it when they're young on their own, which is, I feel like in parents, I love it when parents are into it, because for me, I struggled to claim my independence as I was kind of cleansing and changing my diet. And I was met with a lot of skepticism.
You had a lot of
I
skepticism.
had a lot of skepticism, and my mechanism was partially to keep my health, was also really, really fired up by that. And it's a really magical process.
Wonderful. A magical process.
A magical
That's great. Melissa, what are your favorite fruits and vegetables?
Well, I love local food, and I'm from the Northeast. But I also really like tropical fruit. I didn't like mamey until this year, but right now mamey is like one of my favorites. I love juice. I really like juice. I like watermelons. I
Watermelon.
like mangoes.
Mango.
I like, oh yeah. And I like local pears and grape juice. It's one of my favorites too.
Local pears and
Grape juice, local
Grape
grape
juice.
juice from the farm I work at.
nice, nice. And what did you grow on these farms where you were working?
Well, I wanted to be a dairy farmer for
Mhm.
most of my tween teenage years, and so after this transition, I went and I kind of figured out that I found this place that I still sometimes, but pears. We have pears. We have hardy kiwi trees. If you're in the Northeast, get some hardy kiwis, because
Hardy
they're
kiwis?
really good, and they're very hardy. And you can eat kiwis.
Where are they grown?
Where?
Yeah, where are they grown?
Here, or Northeast.
All over the Northeast?
Yes, we grow them in Vermont.
Mm.
So if you can grow them up there, you can grow them
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do you have anything else that you think is important for people to know about autism and going to a whole foods, plant-based and raw food lifestyle?
Get enough nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get stuff locally. Try to get the most nutrients, because I was on a lot of multivitamins, and I feel so much better. It's like, for me, it's just like this much, this much better, like when I have that kind of mineral rich stuff in my diet. It's really, really a lot better.
So you feel better when you're eating the whole food
Yeah.
instead
And
of
not
taking
just
lots of
from-
supplements.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The best I can get is the best I feel. And not too complicated for me. I don't like things
Nice.
too complicated.
Nice. Wow. Well, thank you so much for talking with me this evening. And I'm so glad that you came to my presentation here at this church in Astoria, Queens. It was great to meet you and to hear your story. I'm sure that your story can help other people as well.
Well, I was inspired by your book, that you're writing your book. And I'm really happy that Karen's writing this book. And I hope that people talk about it more, because it's all at the physical level, and it's all the pollution what we're dealing with. So there's really no difference there. It's just a matter of, it's also the soul expressing itself too, I think. And
Yes.
things.
The soul expressing itself. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Yeah.